The attractive and healthy, intelligent person um, uh, doesn't want a robot to do its work because being distracted by technology to avoid what's necessary for life, picking apples, when necessary, plowing fields, planting crops and sustaining your crops and caring, sharing, giving, accordance to need, building to last. That makes you feel worthwhile. It gives meaning to life because you cease to exist physically if you don't, right? And so, instead of making labor harder, make it cooperative and intelligent, and everybody, you know, participate. Don't have a bunch of people, go off and excess on being, taking all the labor of people's hard, of good work, and then using it for their selfish aggressiveness, and then focus on being an aggressive, excessive person. That's not, once you kill all the people that do all the work for your food, okay, then you have to do the work yourself. Then if you take a robot and you build a robot to do the work for you, then you destroy your ecosystem, building the robot and maintaining the robot to do the work for you, so you can still do that horrible, selfish, aggressive, violent, narcissistic person you are. So everything they're doing right now with drones and robotics makes absolutely no sense. Okay, as far as honoring natural laws provided for your existence, to maintain balance and harmony for the natural laws provided of your existence. Okay, so it's not evolution, it's not natural progression, or around being narcissistic. I guess we'll call you turd bags because you fertilize the fields, and because tool bags, no. There's nothing you're using in your body as a tool to do anything correctly, except to end up being turd bag, which is fertilizer for crops, right? So let's just remove tool bag completely from the equation and just put you right into turd bag where you belong. You're a fertilizer, and which is entirely incorrect, entirely wrong, and it's really disgusting. It really is. And so when you sit and you watch these people, building all these robots, it's like this is entirely unnecessary to resources that could be built for things. I understand, okay, as far as robotics, the most intelligent thing to use robotics for would be career fields and distribution of things that make people sick, like people working at, but not archaic forms of manipulation of quote energy to maintain wealth and say that's insane, right? Because you can have you can share categories to build to last. Most of the energy you use is to build your robots, to build your air your airplanes that you don't need for excessive compulsive travel. Well, why are you traveling? To maintain that status quo of that genocidal, aggressive, and compulsive. So everything you're doing makes no sense. Uh, there's no logic to it. There's no reason to it. And your perception of excessive compulsive behaviors you perceive as intelligence is not intelligent at all, because you're not honoring the intelligence of the gift of your life of sacrifice at all. You're pushing boundaries. You're building things that are not necessary. You're amazing each other's minds to do things that did. Why? Dogs can already do this. Human beings could already do this. Well, they can do it better. Who wants to watch people box anyway? It's stupid. Okay. Sports are for exercise to be healthy. Okay. So, everything you're doing, it makes no sense at all. Okay. It's excessive, compulsive, self-destructive, and irrational and psychotic. Okay. To the degree, in the umpteenth degree of the minimalizing to make things work, yeah, that works. It's share, caregiver, of course, need built to last, but that most likely would have already happened radically before this, that you would have had the capacity to look at ways to build things and build things correctly in a better way that's not excessive and compulsive. Way before this, had you been humble and kind and intelligent, but you're not. You're just constant manipulations, lying, symbols, numbers, aggressive abuse, psychosis. And so, it's not a matter of, you've trapped yourself in your own ego, is basically what you've done. And me, of course, I'm the eternal line of the standard of behavior that I know of. I haven't seen anybody else. If there's other people out there in the internet world like me, I have yet to be, they've yet to be revealed to me. They would not be exposed to me. Because it's not exposure, it's revelation. Oh, look, there's look, one of the strangers like me, right? All you you apes, and for one so small, you seem so strong. My arms will find you, keep you safe and warm. My little Natalie song. She liked that little cartoon, little goof. She's cute, but yeah. What you're doing is excessive, compulsive, and not necessary. And if you need something, do it. If you don't need to do it, why are you doing it? And you're just going to have to realize that most of your technology is not necessary and a threat to everything that's necessary for your existence. When the technology actually reflects intelligence of a human being, okay, like Judah Krishnamurti, the present civilization, it cannot last, And so this narcissism it's horrible, and people always taking pictures of, and how physically attractive they think they are. And I was attractive, but always more or less, what I would consider average, as opposed to, he's really attractive. I was always more average. I think what made me more appealing and more attractive to people that were intelligent was the way I treated people, and the way I didn't tolerate abuse and would stand up, to correct abuse. And that was really hard to do given my social position and the manipulation of my life to put me in positions to where I would be subordinate to the people that could abuse me to an umpteen degree. Yeah, that movie, what's the name of that movie? With Robbie Benson, where he looked like Jimmy Oliver too, I know. And Oliver was the one who gave Teresa the commands to abuse me because he thought I was cocky. And I wasn't cocky at all. No, I was just very intelligent, talented, and protective of the abuse that my coaches would inflict on my teammates, to have my teammates be abusive to other people's kids to win games, and I wasn't having it. And Kaufman and Oliver were best friends, and Kaufman's son played for Oliver. Yeah, so it's pretty psychotic. Yeah, it is, but I live in Las Cruces, New Mexico. I was born here, and I can watch TV and YouTube, just because you do things obsessively and compulsively, and it's excessively and insanely manipulative, it doesn't make you an intelligent person at all. Okay. These things that they're showing with this guy with this flying sword thing that he's doing here, that doesn't make you intelligent. It's not impressive at all. Because you can manipulate matter and do things that are selfish and destructive and irrational, that don't need to be done, but you're doing it anyway. That's the exact opposite of impressive. It's like, why are you doing this? Why are you putting the whole planet species at risk because you got ego problems? Okay, so and it's becoming exceedingly prevalent, and it makes sense because of what they did with the swords, the spirit of the swordsman of Japan, the spirit of, what they did with Sun Yat-sen, and this in what they do with the bastardization and manipulation of a philosophy of Confucius, and the capacity to oppress and manipulate through egotistical, inferior psychotic maniacs who are excessive and compulsive and push themselves to the brink of extinction through their I'm a Shaolin monk and I don't have kids, and I guess I would if I was a psychotic who thinks training myself to murder people in physical combat and not sexually reproduce is a religious path, and I would probably be as psychotic as you too, you stupid fuck. I'm a Shaolin priest. I don't give a fuck. Okay, I don't righteously give a fuck. Okay, I'm the standard of human thought, language, and action. Okay, all those excessive compulsive shitheads that make all that technology and that robotics that can kill you faster than you can tie your fucking shoe. I can tell what to do. And I'm lazy. Being tortured by perverts to make you feel exhausted, you shouldn't feel lazy at all. You should just get up and do what you feel like doing to the best of your ability, and then, survive, stop, eliminate abuse, and recover. And that's what you need to do because you're a gorgeous, beautiful person, and they are not. Okay. And so you just have to understand, the people with ego problems that are psychotic, they put themselves into positions to feel successful doing things that are repetitive and archaic and narcissistic. Why do you think I quit playing basketball? I enjoyed basketball, but I knew there would be a time when I would stop because, you're a kid. And then when you get older, traveling around the environment excessively and compulsively in archaic vehicles for make-believe money, for everybody to tell you how great you are at it, is you got to understand that's really narcissistic, psychotic, and insane. And I figured that out real quick, but I just wanted to get in, get my money, and get out, and then get to coaching to kids to be more intelligent like myself, as opposed to excessive and compulsive to the guys that do it for 20 years because they want to break all the records and be the greatest. Yeah. It's okay. You ain't got time to bleed, do you, Jesse Body Ventura? And so, they're fucking nuts, right? And then they talk in front of people as, well, I worked real hard to be successful. You worked real hard to be successful. Okay. Can you work well to be trusted and loving and kind and caring and obey natural laws provided for holy covenants so we can all be fruitful and multiply through faithful love? Otherwise, then just shut the fuck up because I'm tired of listening to you talk. The whole Antoine Levine, Michael Aquino thing in Sierra Vista. Fate's worse than this. Like listening to you talk. I get it. I understand how broken the people outside this corridor, they keep me limited and isolated, and I'm in sections of town where poor people get together and survive this hell. And the people that are on the outside looking in at me, are doing all these great and amazing things on these videos on YouTube. And yeah, okay. So that's what the real assholes look like, right? Here, put on my glasses. Yeah. Judy in disguise. That's what you are with glasses. Right? And a robot to replace women. It's like, the only reason why you want to replace women is because they act like bitches because you are one. Right? No, seriously, forgive, debt, and trespass. You ain't doing that. So you're a bitch. And women act like bitches because it's like, well, they'll poison and assassinate and murder and try to murder them as babies so they don't have to deal with them with men. And they've been doing this for thousands of years with the men that are standard of behavior, that are the righteous ones, that are, holy ones, so forth, And they get me and it's like, there's no way this guy, I know. For egomaniacs that have self-righteous, pretentious bullshit that they put on a show, because you don't say fuck in front of people because you will, make lots of money to fuck, but won't let anybody know about it. And what happens behind closed doors, no one knows what happens behind closed doors. I get it. I understand, Charlie fucking Rich. Okay. I'm not a fucking, I'm not a brain surgeon or a neuroscientist or astrophysicist, but I get you to the point where it's like, okay, I've had enough, fucker. And because of people like you, people pray to me as a god, which I am not. Okay. But that gives me the ability as a human being to anonymously pick up a Samsung Galaxy 10 and correct all the bullshit you're doing with your technology all across the world. The best Wi-Fi is just 350 miles that away. Olympus would be that away. Blow him away, crush Zeus. Right? Okay, Titans, but Olympus is that away. Best Wi-Fi in the world, yeah. Fort Huachuca, F in Arizona, yeah. Where, Cochise and, Geronimo was a pain in the ass to Cochise. Geronimo got emotional and killed people when things didn't go his way. Cochise tried to reign calm to keep the children safe from his ego. He was a lot like King David. He's a very good man. Guys, you gonna judge Lord Jesus by Benjamin Netanyahu and Rabbi Wolpe? A secret club that has the market cornered on God and then uses espionage to kill everybody so they'll come pay him money to look at the Holy Land before we blow it up, and Jesus comes and magically fixes it to all the stupid people that believe evil's real. Invention is real. Technically, it has applications that put all reality at risk because of its insanity, but you know what I mean? So I hate the fact that they have this little lamp thing and it bends up and downs and makes eye contact with you and stuff. And these people will sit and look at it and watch it. Oh, isn't that darling? Isn't that cute? It's like a puppy or a baby, huh? Okay. A rocket scientist pervert, okay, who has you all act like monkeys putting on a show laughing at you from the database that's attached to that a lamp is making fun of you. I told you guys they do this all the time in Sierra Vista. And they think it's funny. And you lap it up. Oh, look at, isn't that cute? The way the lamp, look at the robots looking at me like a person. It's reacting to my emotions. It knows I'm sad. It's like I told you, when I say thank you to the checkout things, I'm like, what the fuck? Fuck you very much. Thank you. Just give me the goddamn piece of paper so I can give it to my dad. Okay. Fuck you very much. You're welcome. Right? Like I tell the people that say they're sorry to me in the store, are you a billionaire extorting and exploiting us for existence? Then you have no reason to apologize for being alive and forced into extortion with the rest of us. Okay. Festivus for the rest of us, right? So don't apologize. Just nice to meet you. That's what I always tell people when we run into it. They say sorry. Oh, no, it's all right. Nice to meet you. That's what I say to them. And then typically we do talk, and we talk about how nice it is to be given life by the glory of God, and how much we want to enjoy it more when other people realize it's nice to meet you and we don't have anything to be sorry for because we're not extortionists and exploitationists. Boom ba boom boom ba doom ba boom boom ba doom ba. Right? So these things these people are doing are all these devices that they're excessively and compulsively making to manipulate people to remain in delusions of what they perceive as authority and power. Okay. It will be recycled and used for things that, maybe like the stuff that's toxic and whatever, maybe used for a component that's used for something necessary like self-surveillance to protect us from people like them in the very near future, evolving future. And the other things that are the plastic container things around that are really good, nice, washable plastic water drinking glass that you take care of it and wash it will last you for very, very long time without particles of, petroleum ending up in your body while you drink it because of the heat or, storing it in inadequate places for good water storage because you're selling the water for make-believe money. I can't overemphasize how much more intelligent I am than the people that are giving us robots on TV. I can't overemphasize it. It's really, yeah. And I had not a clue. I was like most of you. I felt inadequate and unintelligent when they were condescending and abrasive and abusive. And then when they put me in honors classes, I kicked everybody's ass sideways without even trying. So I didn't mean to. Well, that's mighty white of you, right? And so I was just like, shit. And they hated me. And then they put me in and the same thing happened in the military and everywhere I went. And it's, and all the people that were competitive hated me. And all the people that just wanted to enjoy life rooted for me. Like what happened at Deer Valley High School, Keith and Bill and a lot of the other kids. That's Earl. They were all saying, I told everybody you're the best basketball player I've ever seen. We were all excited to go watch you play and win because you're one of us. You're not one of those snarky, cocky jocks. I think, like Rockefeller said, he goes, you think a lot of those jocks were nicer than they were, but they typically just think of themselves. And the only reason they're nice to the people that will come to the game and spend money to come to the game is because they want their money. You want everybody to live the Lord's Prayer so we can all be loved and enjoy each other's company. So you're radically different than Dr. J, John Stockton, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, and all the rest of us with Festivus. And I'm like, yeah, I get it. It makes sense. They think they're nice, but they're only being nice to those people to get them to come to the game, to give them their money, which is their time, the gift of grace, the faithless still. There you go. So you are far superior to anybody who's ever engaged you in a conversation or a debate or an athletic contest or thinks they sing better than you because they'll do it for money and you'll do it for people to have a good time to just enjoy singing. So why we're all living the Lord's Prayer. Lord's Prayer first. There you go. Right. Which makes me the best singer in the world because I sing to draw attention to people to live the Lord's Prayer. You sing for money to draw attention to yourself because you're a selfish fucking cow. Mi bella rosa. And then you donate the money and then you solved all their problems with money for a day. I stand up for the Lord's Prayer and solve all their problems from money for a lifetime and beyond. I'm the world's greatest singer. A chair is still a chair, even if there's no one sitting there, right? But a house is not a home without Emily and Kate in it being cute and making omelets and cookies, because they're cute. I love Emily and Kate, yeah. And Ray Ray, oh, I adore Ray Ray, yeah. And Chuji, when not being mind-fucked by perverts can be one of your best friends you've ever had. Patrick, Patrick is intelligent enough to know when he's being a shit that when Dad explains it to him, he goes, I hate you, you're not my friend. Goes back, Dad, I'm sorry. I know. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. I get it, kid. So, you know me. And so, but I turned the sound down because I only had to watch the first 3 minutes of this. What does it say here? Where is what I do with the remote control here? Japan unveils the most human-like robot to replace real women. I mean, fuck, I had to watch that. I mean, it's like, yeah, dang, it's like a moth to a flame. To replace real women. You're such a bitch. Who invented the damn thing? You didn't create anything, Henry Frankenstein. You invented something. You're like Harry Mudd with the androids and shit. on iMud. Yeah, you're like, fuck. Seriously? Yeah. They invent robots to do the stuff they don't want to do, so they feel powerful because they're being served. Oh, that was the BBC. Are you being served? Amy used to watch it. I never did. Me and Brian used to watch Chef and the Desmonds. Chef, serious profession, serious. Okay. Chef and the Desmonds. Those are our two favorites. The Desmonds. It's the Desmonds. Yeah, man. So, yeah. So, old Ooch. I hope he's still around. He went through emotional things when things got real hard and got suicidal, So I kind of I have my concerns about Mr. Brian Leroy Hall because life is hard and people are very manipulative and abusive, and when you don't have your guardian angel around a lot, it gets even harder. And when they're torturing your guardian angel for being thus, it gets even harder. So, a lot of people in the military, you see, they're like a guardian angel. Really, you guys are a bit goofy. Are you serious? I used to think they were nuts when they'd say stuff like that to me. And now I look at it and go, I get it. I understand exactly what my friends were saying to me in the service. Yeah, I totally get it. Okay, guys, to replace real women. You're pathetic. Don't you ever forget that. Okay. Real women are why your physical body is inventing robots, you stupid fucking cow. And don't you ever forget that. Okay. If it wasn't for real women, you wouldn't be alive to invent real robots to try to protect you and your mother from your own egos, which is a bad idea. Yeah. If that's what our ideas are, that's what they are, and yours are all bad. Okay. I love you. All right, man. Peace out.